What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our SEC football channel. We continue to look at different predictions here for all of the teams in the SEC. Ole Miss is up next. An interesting team when you look at the fact that they brought in a new offensive and defensive coordinator, both guys that have been head coaches, have a lot of coaching experience, and I think that that could really bode well for them in the future. But I'm a little hesitant on Ole Miss. I think it's going to take some time for everyone to get accustomed to the new offense, new defense, and so I do see this team struggling a little bit this year. The bowl ban is finally gone. They have a chance to get to a bowl game, but with this schedule, it's going to be tough because they play Memphis on the road and Cal in the non-conference, and those are going to be two really tough matchups, I think, for Ole Miss. I think they might can get one of the two, but winning both of those games, I think, is going to be tough. And then you look at the conference schedule. Vanderbilt's at home, Arkansas is at home. That's the good news. If you can get those two wins, win 3 out of the 4 games in the non-conference, you're right there, just one win away from a bowl game. But then you look at the rest of the schedule, and who are they going to beat? I think this team has to beat Memphis and Cal to get to a bowl game this season. So here are our 5 different predictions that we're going to look at, and we're going to start with our predictions. I have this team going 5-7. Just talked about it. I think they win those 2 conference games potentially, and then they split the 2 big non-conference matchups with Cal and Memphis in there. I think I picked them to beat Memphis and lose to Cal, but it could easily go the other way. If you want to get more on our predictions for Ole Miss, you can go over to the main channel. There's a video for Ole Miss. The entire video is just about our predictions for this team. But yeah, I think they're at 5-7. I think that they get a couple of wins in the SEC, but it's not enough to get them to a bowl game this year. That's where I see the Rebels finishing at 5-7. How about our simulation on NCAA football? They've got Ole Miss getting to a bowl game at 6-6, so they think that they're going to be able to get it done. It was close. You look at the schedule, and you can watch this over on our main channel as well, and go game by game, seeing the highlights, everything. They actually lost to Memphis and beat Cal in that simulation. They beat Arkansas. They beat Vanderbilt. The other win that they got was a win over Texas A&M. They pulled off an upset with that game being at home. Who knows? Maybe they're able to pull that off. I don't really, I don't know that they're going to beat Texas A&M this year, but it's a possibility. You never know. And again, that's what our simulation had for this team. And then how about Athlon? They've got them at 5-7 as well. They agree with me. They have them at 2-6 in the conference. So they think that they'll split the Memphis and Ole Miss, or the Memphis and Cal games. They don't go game by game with their predictions, so really don't know who they would have them losing to. But they do have them at 5-7 overall, missing out on a bowl game, finishing 1 game ahead of Arkansas in the West. They had Arkansas just with 1 conference win, but the Rebels 5-7 there as well. And it's a tough team to pick because there's a lot of upside. The talent is, there's some pretty good talent there, and they've got some good coaches. Again, I just think it's going to take a little bit of time. The FBI thinks they'll get to a bowl game. They have them at 6-6. It's pretty close if you look at the numbers for this team. They had them, if you actually look at the exact number, it's 5.8 and 6.2. So they were closer to 5-7 than they were to 7-5, if that makes sense. And if you go through the individual games, they are favored against Vanderbilt and Arkansas, and they're favored in both the Memphis and Cal games. So they have them, if you go game by game, again, winning both non-conference matchups, winning a couple games in the SEC, and the FBI does have this team getting to a bowl game this year. We'll see if they can do it. Vegas, not as optimistic. They've got their win total at 5, so that means you got to either go over that or under that, which means they think it's possible that this team could go 4-8. And that would really be a rough year for Ole Miss. I don't see that happening. I think they at least get to 5 wins. To me, if you're trying to narrow it down, I think they're either 5-7 or 6-6, which is what these other predictions would reflect. So that's where I really find this team. 5 seems a little bit low. I thought it would be 5.5, really, is what I thought they would have done. But they know what they're doing, and they know how to make money. So keep that in mind. But I want to know what you think about Ole Miss. Give me your predictions down in the comments below. What do you think their record will be? Who do you think they might lose to? Anything that you want to add about this Ole Miss team, feel free to do that. Thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for more here on our SEC football channel.